Hi, good morning, Facebook and podcast listeners. It's a little bit late. Today it's 8:15 on this June 15th. Hey, look at that. Okay, we have what most of you guys are probably tuning in for, the results of some of the bigger races here in Fargo, Grand Forks, and even at the state level. So, if you don't know yet, if you didn't watch this morning, we do know current mayor of Fargo, Tim Mahoney, he will serve another term. He officially won re-election. He got 9,700 votes, actually way more than that, but at least 9,700. Think about 41% of votes there. And we just wanted to let you know about that. Right now, our website, inforum.com, is just filled with all things North Dakota primary, election, everything related to that. So if you wanted to check that out, you can always do that. We also know on the Fargo City Commission, first of all, if you didn't know, there were a record of 15 candidates running this year. And Denise Kolpak, newcomer, she got the most votes, nearly 14%. So I want to pass that along to you. We also know that voters in Fargo think that they should limit terms when it comes to future mayors and how long they can serve as mayor. They got 80% of yes votes, so that would limit commissioners to no more than 3 consecutive 4-year terms, and that really applies to any city leader. And then, for mayor, actually, they won't be able to serve more than 4 consecutive 4-year terms. So Fargo voters kind of voiced their opinions on that yesterday with 80% of yes votes as well. Okay, we also, like I said, we're tracking the results for races at the state level as well. Current U.S. Senator John Hoeven has won the Republican nomination with about 78% of the vote. He will be running against Katrina Christensen on the Democratic side. She beat challenger Michael Steele by about 53%. Senate election, of course, will be on November 8th. And then we also know the 2 names who are likely going to be running to replace retiring North Dakota Secretary of State Al Jaeger. We saw that Republican candidate Michael Howe is in the lead with 68% of the vote over the challenger Marvin Lepp. The Democratic nominee, Jeffrey Powell, ran unopposed. They will all also be moving on to the general election in November, as in Michael Howe and Al Jaeger. Okay. Excuse me. We also know we were following this race very closely in Grand Forks as well. In Ward 2, 2 candidates ran to replace Councilmember Katie Dockler. So Rebecca Osuski will be taking that seat as she beat Matthew Turnus by about 17% of the vote there. And then Ward 4, where there's 3 people who ran to take Jeannie Mock's seat, Tricia Lunsky won that race with about 47% of the vote, Ward Johnson and Harry Samuelson as well. So wanted to pass that along to you. All things election related. Again, this was what I was going to talk about here on our website. But right now, if you go to our website, inforum.com, you can see all the primary results, and you can see, you can find these stories on the actual people who, won, like Mayor Tim Mahoney. There's a whole story on him. Denise Kolpak, Dave Pepcorn, of course, also won his bid, is going to be keeping his seat in the city commission as well. So lots of election stuff on our website right now if you want to turn your attention there and find out some more information. Okay. Sticking in Grand Forks, we want to let you know that Altru is in the works of planning this inpatient behavioral health facility in Grand Forks. Really neat. And really quick, sorry, someone just messaged and asked who won the Fargo City Commissioner seat. Again, like all of this stuff is on our website, but we do know Denise Kolpak won that as well. And Dave Pepcorn. What was that? Oh, yeah. So, and Dave Pepcorn. So, Dave Pepcorn, obviously, he's going to be keeping his seat, but the newcomer is going to be Denise Kolpak. So, again, more of that information is on our website right now. Okay, again, going back to this inpatient behavioral health facility, we know that this is still very much a work in progress type of thing, but these two groups that are going to be collaborating on this, they signed a letter of intent to work on that. So we will keep you updated, especially for those of you who live in Grand Forks, and we'll let you know how this process is turning out. Also in Grand Forks, the Target there could soon have a liquor store inside. If you are familiar with Target, you shop there often, you probably have seen those wine and spirit shops. So Grand Forks could be the latest location to get one of those, because the city council just approved a preliminary approval, at least, for a Class 2 liquor license there. So there will be a separate door to go inside that liquor store, and there's going to be a final decision made here in the next week from the city council. So we'll let you know what they say about that. Now flip it on over to Fargo, another road closure we want to tell you about this morning. It's actually almost done, but if you still have to go run some errands through downtown Fargo, if you have plans to go there today, really quick one to let you know. NP Avenue North, that's going to be closed to traffic. It actually already is between Robert Street North and Broadway. It's only going to be until 10 this morning though, so everything after that should be okay, but it's actually just to make some room for some heavy equipment that's going to be making its way in. Also in Fargo, we have an update on a missing persons case that we told you about yesterday. 14-year-old Layla Spirit Track, she was found safely. She was missing since Saturday, but yesterday we told you about another person who was missing, another teenager, 14-year-old Miljai Musa. He was last seen in North Fargo as of Monday. He's about 5'8", weighing around 130 pounds, and he was last seen wearing red pajama pants and a gray zip-up top. So be on the lookout for that. We also learned that he has a white birthmark on his calf. If you have any information, always, of course, call Red River Regional Dispatch, and let's pray that he gets home safe. Okay. Also, we learned one of Fargo's busiest and bumpiest roads might actually not be getting any sort of work done when it comes to reconstruction. It's the city says that it's going to stop this project, at least for now, on 32nd Avenue South, because bids for that road, which is actually runs right in front of Essentia and Sanford and a bunch of other businesses, came in more than 40% higher than the original estimate. So a lot bans projects that are 40% above the estimate because of some special assessments involving, like I said, of course, businesses and people living there. So we'll let you know if they decide to get that project up and running again and when that will be. Okay, more on a national scope of things. We know that there were severe record-breaking storms that tore through the southeast on Monday. We know that 500,000 people in the Midwest right now are also without power. So we looked at this map that showed which states were without power. Ohio, Indiana, West Virginia were some of those states. In Ohio alone, you guys, 277,000 people are without power this morning. So wanted to pass that along. Severe storms, that's a really big talker right now. We saw a lot of videos and images coming in from Yellowstone National Park as well. So just lots going on there. We also know that many parts of the country right now are under an excessive heat warning. So National Weather Service is saying conditions for that advisory are 105 degrees highs, at least for 2 days, and then temperatures at night staying at about 75 degrees or higher than that. So yeah, I mean, if you have family maybe who are under this advisory, this warning, you should tell them to just stay inside, maybe go to a cooler place with some AC. And if they do have to be outside, just tell them to bring water and, of course, dress light. Okay, really important warning for parents of infants. If you have a little one, I think this is really important that you listen to this. The rockers that come from one of the largest manufacturers of baby products, Fisher-Price, I think a lot of people here are familiar with that brand. They are actually warning you guys about their rockers that they have. It's the infant to toddler and then the newborn to toddler rockers. We heard from the Consumer Product Safety Commission and the company that at least 13 children have died from using these not correctly between 2009 and 2021. And here are some tips that the company is giving you right now. Children should never ever sleep in these rockers. Also, we have another update for you when it comes to these warnings. The company says that parents can watch some videos on its Safe Start website, and you can get some tips on how to use these products safely if you're a little bit confused or you just want to double check. I think it's always good to do that. So yeah. Okay, also FDA's vaccine panel is going to be meeting today, vaccine advisory panel, to discuss granting Moderna's and Pfizer's emergency use authorization for kids younger than 5. This is something that we've been talking about for a long time now. Documents show, at least from the FDA, that both vaccines are safe and effective for children in that age group. So, of course, this is a whole process, right? Panel is going to vote on it. Then the full FDA will vote on it, on whether it should grant that authorization, of course. Then it goes to the CDC. And then if the CDC approves it and signs off on it, the White House says those vaccines could be ready as soon as next week. So good news there for parents of little ones. And lastly, on the national level, we want to let you know that the January 6th hearings that are scheduled for today, they've been postponed. And the only thing that we know so far is that there's some technical issues with that. And we don't know exactly what those issues are, but the committee is expected to meet again sometime tomorrow, and then of course as well as next Tuesday and Thursday. So wanted to let you know about that. Hot Mic with Dom Izzo today. It's going to be Hot Mic with Zach Staten. Zach's got a lot of great guests on, I'm sure. Zach, what are you talking about today?
Everything. Stanley Cup.
Oh yeah.
Start of state tournaments in Minnesota. Last week of state tournaments in Minnesota.
Okay.
Got some good stuff.
So, I'm sure you already heard him there, but he has a lot to talk about. I can't even keep track of everything that he's got. So, go join him on Hot Mic. That's on from 9 to 11, WDAY Extra, and Inform.com. Okay, again, I want to point you to our website, Inform.com, right now. This is where you can find all things related to North Dakota election, or at least primary results. Lots to see there and lots to get caught up on if you didn't watch our show or maybe you didn't catch the beginning. You can also, after I end this Facebook Live, you can just scroll to the very beginning part where we do talk about the results there as well. Okay, also you can get your first 3 months of unlimited access to Inform.com for only 99 cents a month. And you can do that by just going to Inform.com/subscribe. And I want to let you know about that offer because I don't know how long that lasts, and I don't want to get in trouble for the people that didn't get to access that. So just letting you know, it's out there. So if you want to take advantage of it, certainly do it. I don't know when you will and won't be able to anymore. So, all right. We have news from 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10 as well. You can tune in there for updates on lots of these stories that I just told you about, and of course a lot more stories that you haven't heard about yet. All right, we'll see you tomorrow morning from 5 to 7 here on First News. Have a good day. Bye.